Below is the full story, sans mingles, pronta para TTS. My name is Larissa, and according to my mother-in-law, I'm the woman who destroyed her son's perfect marriage. That's the story she loves to tell. When she talks to neighbors, she calls me a homewrecker. At family gatherings, she says I gave up too easily and should have fought harder for my marriage. On the phone, she tells relatives I poisoned the kids against their father. She never once asked what really happened inside our home. She just decided that if her son's marriage ended, it had to be my fault. For a long time, I kept quiet. I didn't want to drag my kids into adult problems. I let her believe her version. Until one holiday, my little daughter sat at the kitchen table, looked up from her drawing, and casually explained exactly who her father had been sleeping next to at Christmas. Spoiler, it wasn't me. And suddenly the story of who destroyed the marriage didn't sound so simple anymore. This is how my mother-in-law blamed me for her son's choices, clad in how my own child, without even realizing it, told the truth no one wanted to hear. I met my ex-husband, Rafael, when we were very young. We fell in love fast, the kind of intense, all-consuming love that makes you believe you're different from everyone else. We got married in our mid-20s. We had 2 kids, a son, Gabriel, and a daughter, Anna. From the outside, we looked like the picture of a happy family. We went to church on Sundays. We did matching pajamas on Christmas. We posted family photos at the beach, all smiling into the sunset. But inside our home, the cracks started to show long before anyone else saw them. Rafael loved being a father in public. He'd carry the kids on his shoulders at the park, post my world on social media, and soak in the comments. At home, he was present, but distant. He started coming home late from work more often. He spent hours on his phone, always answering emails. If I asked for help with homework, baths, or bedtime, he would sigh and say, "I worked all day. Can I just rest?" The first time I wondered if there was someone else, it was a tiny moment. We were getting ready to go to his parents' house for lunch. He put on cologne he never used for me anymore. He changed shirts twice. He checked his hair in the mirror a little too carefully. I joked, "Wow, who are you getting ready for? Your mother or your girlfriend?" He laughed too loudly. "You're crazy," he said. "Don't start with your paranoia. I'm just trying to look decent." At his parents' house, his mother, Helena, greeted us dramatically. "My handsome son," she said, hugging him tightly. Then she turned to me. "And you, Larissa," she added, patting my shoulder. "You look tired." "Marriage and kids show on a woman," I forced a smile. "Later, in the car," Rafael said. "She's just old-fashioned. Don't take it so personally." But it always felt personal. Whenever I tried to talk to Helena about how distant he was, how disconnected, she'd say, "Men go through phases. Don't nag. Don't push. Be patient. A woman's job is to hold the house together." So I held. I held my tongue. I held my fear. I held the pieces of our marriage together with silence, until silence wasn't enough. The big crack showed up on New Year's Eve. We were supposed to spend it all together at his parents' house. That was the tradition. Everyone in one place, food, fireworks, kids running around. On the afternoon of December 31st, Rafael called me. "Work emergency," he said. "I have to go in for a bit. I'll meet you there later." I believed him. I dressed the kids, packed overnight bags, and took them to his parents' house. Everyone asked where he was. "At work," I said with a tired smile. "Last-minute problem." His mother clicked her tongue. "Always working," she said. "Doing his best for this family. You should be grateful." Midnight came and went. He never showed up. He sent a text around 12:30 a.m. "Sorry, still at the office. Happy New Year. Love you." I stared at the screen with a heavy feeling in my stomach. 2 weeks later, I found out where he really was. A small detail gave him away. He left his tablet on the kitchen counter one morning while rushing out the door. The kids were watching cartoons, and a notification popped up. A message preview appeared, big and clear. "Last New Year's with you was perfect. I can't stop thinking about falling asleep in your arms. Baya." My blood ran cold. I picked up the tablet with shaking hands. I opened the chat. There it was. Months of messages with a woman named Bianca. Not just flirting. A full relationship. Can't wait to wake up next to you again. I hate going back home after being in your arms. Do you think she suspects anything? Kids make it complicated, but we'll figure it out. You're my real home. My vision blurred. I scrolled through photo after photo. Pictures of them at restaurants I'd never been to. Selfies in hotel rooms. A photo of them on a balcony at night, the same night he texted me from work, that New Year's Eve. My hands were shaking so badly I had to put the tablet down. Anna walked into the kitchen, holding her doll. "Mommy, what's wrong?" she asked. I wiped my eyes quickly. "Nothing, honey," I lied. "Mommy just got something in her eye." When Raphael came home that evening, I was ready. No screaming, no throwing things. I simply placed the tablet on the table and opened the chat. He walked in, kissed the kids, and then saw the screen. The color left his face. "What is this?" I asked quietly. He swallowed. "It's not what it looks like," he said. "The messages are complicated." I gave a bitter little laugh. "It looks like a relationship," I said. "It looks like you spent New Year's in a hotel bed with Bianca while I put our kids to sleep at your parents' house and lied for you." He ran a hand through his hair. "It was a mistake," he muttered. "It just happened. Things have been tense between us for a long time." "There is no just happened with hotel reservations and months of I love yous," I cut in. "You built a second life. While your mother was calling me ungrateful, I was paying bills and raising our children, and you were starting a new romance." We argued for hours. He blamed stress. He blamed our routine. He even blamed the kids, saying parenthood had changed the dynamic. What he didn't do was take real responsibility. At one point, Anna woke up and stood in the hallway, listening, her small face pale. My heart cracked in a different way. In the weeks that followed, he promised to end the affair. "I'll block her," he said. "I'll focus on us. We can go to counseling. We can start over." I wanted to believe him. We went to therapy. In sessions, he said all the right words. "I regret it. I was selfish. I don't want to lose my family." I said the honest ones. "I feel like a fool. I don't recognize you. I don't feel safe with you anymore." The therapist didn't tell us what to do. She just reflected things back. After a few months, I noticed something. He missed Bianca more than he missed my trust. He didn't say it directly, but I saw it. The way he stared at his phone, the sudden mood swings, the way he complained, "I feel empty," as if he were the main victim. One night, I woke up around midnight and heard him whispering in the living room. "I can't talk long," he said softly. "She checks my phone now, but I needed to hear your voice." That was my breaking point. The next day I told him, "I want a separation." He looked shocked. "Come on, Larissa," he said. "We've been together for years. We have kids. You're really going to throw everything away because I made mistakes?" I looked him in the eyes. "You didn't make a mistake," I said. "You made choices. Over and over again. You chose to lie. You chose to cheat. You chose to keep going even after you were caught. I'm not throwing away our marriage. I'm putting down what you broke." When we told his parents, his mother's reaction was exactly what I expected. She cried loudly. She clutched her chest. She almost collapsed on the couch. "How could you do this to our family?" she shouted at me. "Not at him. Marriage is hard, but you don't just leave. You made vows. You're selfish." I said quietly, "Your son cheated on me for months. He spent holidays in another woman's bed. I have every right to leave." She shook her head. "Men slip," she said. "Women forgive. That's what strong wives do. You're throwing your children's lives away because of your pride." Raphael sat there in silence. He never once stood up and said, "This is my fault." He just let her attack me while he stared at the floor. From then on, every time I took the kids to her house, there were comments. "Your mother broke our home," she told Anna when she thought I couldn't hear. "If she had been a little more patient, your dad would still be here every day." I confronted her once. "Stop saying that in front of my kids," I said. "They don't need to carry your bitterness." She rolled her eyes. "They need to know the truth," she replied. "Their father loves them. You're the one who kicked him out. One day they'll see you clearly." I could have told her about Bianca, about the hotels, about the lies, but I didn't. I refused to turn my children into messengers of my pain. So she kept her version. The perfect son and the crazy wife who left. Then came the holidays. The first Christmas after the separation was heavy. We agreed to split the time. He'd have them on Christmas Eve. I'd have them on Christmas Day. His mother was furious. "Christmas Eve is the real Christmas," she said. "You're leaving me with leftovers." I ignored her. I just wanted my kids to feel loved, not stuck in a war. Raphael picked them up wearing a Santa hat, smiling. "We're going to Grandma's house," he said. "Lots of presents." They ran to the car, excited. I spent Christmas Eve alone for the first time in years. I watched movies, cleaned things that didn't need cleaning, cried a little, and tried not to imagine which bed he would end up in after putting our kids to sleep. The next day, he dropped them off around noon. They were tired but happy. Later, while I was cooking, Anna sat at the kitchen table drawing with crayons. "Did you have fun at Grandma Helena's?" I asked. She nodded. "Yes, we ate a lot. Daddy's friend was there." I froze. "Daddy's friend?" I asked carefully. "What friend?" She thought for a moment. "The one with the shiny hair," she said. "She smells nice." I swallowed. "Do you remember her name?" I asked. "Baya," she answered immediately. She slept with Daddy in the big bed. It felt like the floor dropped under me. "In Grandma's house?" I asked softly. Anna nodded, focused on her drawing. "Yes, Daddy said I could sleep with Grandma. He slept with Bia. He said, 'You stay with Grandma, I'll stay with my friend.'" Then she added, completely casual, "They always sleep together when we go there for holidays." Time slowed. My heart pounded in my ears. Anna didn't notice my shock. She was drawing 4 stick figures, 2 big, 2 small. "Who are these?" I asked. "This is me," she said. "This is Gabriel. This is Daddy. And this is Bia. We're all in Grandma's house for Christmas. 4 figures, no mother." That night, after I put the kids to bed, something inside me hardened. His mother had spent months telling anyone who would listen that I had destroyed the marriage, that I was selfish, that I had taken the kids away from a good man. Meanwhile, in her house, in her bed, her son was treating his affair like a new family, right in front of our children. I scheduled a meeting with a family lawyer. I didn't want to take the kids away from him. They still needed their father, but I wanted boundaries. In the lawyer's office, I explained, he can date whoever he wants. I'm not trying to control his love life. But I don't want my children sleeping under the same roof during holidays with the woman he cheated with, especially not in his mother's house where I'm being blamed for destroying the family. The lawyer nodded. "We can ask the court for specific rules," she said, "about overnight guests and about how and when new partners are introduced to the kids." We filed. When Raphael received the papers, he was furious. "You're using the kids against me," he said. "You're just jealous because I moved on." I answered calmly. "I'm not jealous. I'm protecting them. They are not props in your new romance. They are children who watched their father move from one bed to another before the divorce was even final." His mother called me, screaming. "How dare you take him to court?" she shouted. "After everything he has done for you?" I almost laughed. "For me?" I repeated. "You mean after everything I did for him and he still chose to betray us? You call me the one who destroyed the marriage, but my daughter sat at my table and told me exactly who her father slept with at your house on Christmas." Silence on the line. Finally, she said weakly, "Children exaggerate. You know how they are." "No," I said. "Children tell the truth we're too cowardly to face." In court, the judge listened to both sides. Raphael's lawyer argued that he had the right to move on, that he was a loving father, that I was bitter and controlling. My lawyer stayed calm. She said, "My client accepts that the marriage is over and that both parents will date again at some point. Her concern is not who Mr. Silva loves now, but how quickly and how intimately he has placed this new person into the children's lives." She mentioned Anna's description. "We have a statement from the mother about what the 6-year-old described, multiple nights where the father and his girlfriend share a bed in the grandmother's house while the children are present. We believe this is confusing and emotionally unsafe, especially because the separation is recent and the girlfriend is the same person involved in the affair that ended the marriage." The judge frowned. "Is this accurate, Mr. Silva?" she asked. He shifted in his seat. "She did stay over," he said. But we're serious. We're in love. The kids like her. I didn't see anything wrong. The judge looked unimpressed. The problem is not you moving on, she said. The problem is timing and environment. When you bring a new partner into the same family home, in the same bed, during important holidays, while your children are still adjusting, you send a very loud message about what and who comes first, she added. And involving your mother in that situation, in the home the children associate with extended family, makes it even more complicated. In the final ruling, the judge included clear boundaries. No overnight stays with romantic partners while the children are present for a defined period. No introducing new partners as family until the relationship has been stable for some time. No bad-mouthing the other parent in front of the children, from either side. When we left the courtroom, his mother glared at me. "You humiliated our family," she hissed. I looked at her calmly. "I didn't need to humiliate anyone," I said. "Your son did that all by himself. I just stopped protecting his image." Today, sometime later, the storm has calmed. Raphael and I co-parent. We exchange schedules and school information. We are polite, not close. His mother still doesn't like me. I doubt she ever will. But she is quieter now. She doesn't go around saying I ruined the marriage quite as loudly anymore. Because she knows that if she pushes too far, I might stop protecting the version of her son she prefers to believe in. One day, when Anna was a bit older, she asked, "Mom, why don't we sleep at Grandma Helena's house anymore?" I thought for a moment and said, "Sometimes adults make choices that hurt other people. And when they don't say sorry, we have to protect our hearts. We still love our family, but we visit in ways that feel safe." She nodded. "Like when I say no to a sleepover if I feel weird about the house?" she asked. I smiled. "Exactly," I said. "You're allowed to choose what feels safe for you. And so am I. Here's what I learned. You can't control the story people tell about you, especially people who need a villain to avoid looking at themselves. But you can decide when you're done carrying their lies. If your mother-in-law says you destroyed the marriage while hosting her son's affair in her home, pretending not to see what your children see clearly, remember, sometimes the clearest truth doesn't come from screenshots or lawyers. Sometimes it comes from a 6-year-old at the kitchen table, coloring, saying, 'Daddy slept with Bia in the big bed.' Believe that voice. And if you like stories like this, messy families, hard truths, and women who find their strength, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next stories.